New breed, global truth.
Too much American dreaming and Hollywood scheming, living life with no reason, just lying and scheming. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. I knew some stupid hustlers and petty schemers, living life in treason and never found meaning. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. He met the devil in the form of a private dancer, out in magic throwing dollars and swiping plastic. Shorty plug with the rappers and trappers, credit card scammers, shorty wild scandalous. Whispered in his ear and said she had a plan that make more money than he ever had. She just need a line of credit, come get it while it lasts, cause this one here in high demand. He thought he was the man, but he really in the jam. Cleared his whole account, there he stands without a kickstand. A year later she was drug raped and killed. They found her body filled with 8 rounds from American Dream. Too much American dreaming, it's like a disease. Blue hunters stay fiending, jumping off of the deep end. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. I knew some stupid hustlers and petty schemers, living life in treason and never found meaning. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Young and fresh out of high school, a jock with a bright future, but he's got no direction. Here come the army recruiters, say they got benefits, a house and a picket fence, enough for the newest whips. Fresh out the dealership, seems like the perfect fit, and his girl pregnant. Time to be militant, the country is at war. Placed on his second tour, stepped on a landmine, now he is no more. He promised to come back, his shorty then lost hope. Where is the love at? The army ain't give a shit but a coin in a book scrap. The look that's on her face, America's disgrace, a dream or a nightmare. This place ain't playing fair. American dreaming, it's like a disease. Blue hunters they fiending, jumping off of the deep end. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. I knew some stupid hustlers and petty schemers, living life in treason and never found meaning. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Too much American dreaming and Hollywood scheming, living life with no reason, just lying and scheming. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Lord help us all. Too much American dreaming. Even the preachers, police and leaders, let's render what Caesars. Lord help us all. Too much American dreaming. Too much American dreaming.
What's up this summer? Let's get it poppin'. We're having a Jamboree Jubilee at UP Farms. Come hang out with us at Unlimited Potential Farms, nestled on 100 acres in North Carolina, hosted by New Breed Global Truth. Let's jam for a good cause. Pack your bags, bring your tents and sleeping bags to enjoy a 3-day and 2-night off-grid camping adventure. Building, family fun, vendors, food and beverage, music and entertainment, outdoor activities on the beautiful 110 acres of land at Unlimited Potential Farms. Just 1 hour drive from sunny Myrtle Beach Airport. All proceeds go towards the efforts and progress of UP Farms. Jamboree Jubilee at UP Farms. Now that's what's up. Visit newbreed.love for tickets and information.
I feel like I'm gonna be sick. I just, looked through my Walmart history, and I found this, Walmart order from 2 years ago for the whole month worth of groceries. 45 items, cost $126. A whole month of groceries just for me, basically. But I did notice this reorder all button, and I wanted to see how much it would cost now. Now? This order of 45 items for 1 month would have cost $414. That is 4 times more. How the fuck? How? Like, what?
Man, oh man, oh man. It's getting real out here, y'all. What is going on? Peace and blessings to the chat. It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. Welcome, everybody. I see Xavier in the house. True follower in the building. Marie Reader. What is going on with y'all? Hitman, what's up? Short crew. Man, let's see. We got Kyra Knowles in the house. True follower is in the building. Man, look. Pound that like button on your way in. Pound that like button on your way in. Blessings, blessings. I see Jacqueline in the house. Yes. Man, look. We got to do something, y'all. We got to do something. Because the inflation is off the chain. Everybody is struggling. Everybody is suffering. The economy is collapsing right before our eyes. The Bible warned us that it would come such a time where we would work and we would not see the fruits of our labor. It's like we would continue to work and we would have to live paycheck to paycheck. We would suffer. We would struggle to make ends meet. People got 2, 3, and 4, and 5 jobs. The housing market is absolutely off the chain. And it's to the point where a revolution has to happen. I mean, I'm just going to keep it a buck with y'all. It ain't getting no better. I know that they putting these political puppets in front of y'all, having these damn debates, the presidential debates or whatever. You know, they acting like 2, 3-year-olds, name calling and going back and forth. But there's no real solution being offered to the people. And I mean, you got one man who's geriatric and you got another man who's pretty much a criminal. And they're just going to war with each other. And that's what we call in a presidential debate. And meanwhile, the people are suffering, the people are hurting, and it don't look like they're going to be able to solve our problems. We literally have to do something. It has to come a time where people put their finances together, put their resources together, and understand that real critical times are happening. I'm not saying these things to quote unquote fear monger, right? Because you hear that term quite often online. I'm telling you these things because the writings are written all over the wall. You can see what's taking place. It's apparent where society is headed. And the wicked cabal that pull the strings, they're not stopping. They have a diabolical plot to depopulate. They have a diabolical plot of mass genocide. I'm just calling it exactly what it is. And it's survival of the fittest, and it's all or nothing right now. That's where you're headed. Now, you can disregard what I'm saying and continue to stick your head in the sand, continue to be in the matrix system and believe that things are just going to pan out, or you can move accordingly and get ready. And we're going to talk about some of those things, right? But it's getting real out here, y'all. It's definitely getting real out here.
Not gonna last much longer. As God is my witness, I'm not going to fucking last. I am so fucking tired. I am tired of people. I am tired of the way they take advantage of me, disrespect me, take me for granted, use me. I'm sick of the healthcare system. I'm sick of these therapists who don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'm sick of these medications that are dangerous to our fucking health. I'm sick of this economy. I'm sick of climate change. I'm sick of all this shit. You know where I'm at in life right now? I have 3 options in my life. I can either work, I can be locked up in a fucking psych ward, or I can live on the street. Those are my options in life. Like, there is literally no reason for me to go on. Like, I literally can't take it anymore. Like, I don't know what else to say. I'm almost 30 years old. I am fucking tired. I am tired of waiting. I'm tired of hoping. You know, saying, oh, one day it's gonna get better, one day it's gonna change. I'm not waiting on that anymore. I'm not fucking waiting any longer. I literally can't. I literally can't. Like, I am getting this close. I'm getting closer and closer by the minute, by the day, by the year this close to ending it all, not being afraid, not giving a fuck whatsoever. Because there is literally nothing to live for. Literally.
Literally, the mass majority feel exactly like this woman. And the worse off things get, the more people are self-deleting, self-medicating. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. And if this doesn't get any better, you have to put things in a perspective with how things will be in your surrounding area. How will people conduct themselves? Because I can assure you that you're going to find out that civilization is not actually civilized. You're going to find out soon as push come to shove, people are going to be doing a whole lot of shoving. And you got to be ready for things like this. The Bible prophesied all these things that we're talking about today. 2nd Esdras 15:16 says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man should desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." There will be a lack of bread. There is a lack of bread. It is getting very serious here. While people out here celebrating 4th of July, there was mass shootings going on in Cincinnati and various places. While people were celebrating freedom, we're in a country with the highest prison population known to man. Like, what are you celebrating? Through the 13th Amendment, through the prison industrial complex, free slave labor is being put out there on the land. And we have the highest concentrated Black demographic, Hispanic, and other ethnic persuasions of anywhere in the world in our prisons. But y'all out there cooking out, celebrating 4th of July, which is a pagan holiday, by the way. I didn't get a chance to speak on it. Honestly, I'm so into what we got going on, man. I lose track of these pagan holidays. I lose track of them. But I do know that while people are shooting fireworks into the sky, they're totally ignorant and oblivious to what that actually means. See, they're going to war with the Most High. That signifies blowing bombs off into the heavens, fighting a war against the Creator. I bet a lot of y'all didn't know that. That's what the fireworks is actually about. I thought I'd give you the esoteric meaning of it. It goes back to the Tower of Babel. It goes back to the heathens trying to fight God Almighty. And this is why the murder rate goes up. All these things go up. People taking guns, shooting them in the sky. People offing themselves. All this happens around these pagan holidays. There's a lot of sacrifices and rituals that go on around this time. But something's got to give, y'all, because, you know, a lot of people see what's going on, but what are we going to do about it? We got to do something.
Honestly, I understand and I can see exactly why people out here unaliving themselves. Just the other day, somebody jumped clean up off the bridge into traffic, unalived themselves because life is life and too hard. This is why I'm not voting. Because no matter how many times I use my voice and went viral on all platforms, our government ain't listening. They don't give up about us. So, them too. We sitting here struggling for real, boo, and all people want to do is laugh at what Trump got to say about Biden, an incompetent 3-year-old. The whole shit is a joke. Do y'all know that we filed our taxes back in February and we still haven't got our tax return yet? People like me use our tax return to catch up on the bills that happened throughout the whole year. So now we just sitting here trying to catch up on bills with the income that we have without our extra little money to help us get ahead. We still waiting on our tax return, and we ain't the only one. We know there's so many people still waiting on their tax return. We're struggling and suffering in silence. I don't get food stamps. I don't get WIC. And our government ain't doing shit. You're making this a joke. We done worked all our life. My husband has too, walking back and forth in inclement weather, getting rocks in his shoes just to make it, just to go backwards. They did all that work for Dollar Tree. Nothing is paying off. We're not out here unaliving people, causing wars, selling street pharmaceuticals to people on the street. We're trying to do everything to give back to the homeless, to help our community, and we still can't get ahead. That's why I'm not voting.
Mouthful, didn't she? And she's absolutely right. And this is what the people are going through right now. The Bible tells us, right? I want y'all to hear this out because this scripture has a lot of meanings to it. And I believe that it will give you some insight to somewhat of a solution of what's going on here, how to maneuver. Because if you just out here working and working and working and you're going nowhere, there has to be solutions. John 6:27 says, labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for the meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him have God the Father sealed. See, here's the issue, and I'm going to talk spiritual with y'all for a moment. A lot of people are laboring for meat that perish. A lot of people are, of course, just trying to survive and get by, but they're missing something. They're missing the Messiah. They're missing God in their lives. They're missing the truth. They're not embracing truths. See, when I'm talking about pagan holidays and how they satanic, all you hear is I'm attacking your belief system. But what I'm actually doing is an extending of olive branch to you embracing what's true, the simplicity which is Christ, embracing biblical truth, embracing facts, a true knowledge of the holy text. And that will begin to open your eyes. And that will begin to lead you through the Holy Spirit in many ways to maneuver where you will be safe, secure, you will be plenteous. See, when you honoring the Most High, you don't have to go without. When you are keeping his law, statutes, and commandments, referencing him daily, dying to the flesh, and being set apart from this world, he's going to take care of his own. And that's what I need people to understand. He will take care of his own. I have never, ever seen the Most High forsake the righteous. It's an oxymoron of him forsaking those who have true intentions towards him and a heart towards him. And I notice, a lot of people talking a whole lot about what's going on. But it's very rare that you find people who actually going to bring solution. See, when y'all see us coming together, having workshops, having jamborees and events, see, y'all got to understand the bigger picture of all of that and begin to network with people who are like-minded. Because the people that you're around right now, brothers and sisters, if you're around the wrong people, then it's going to be a dangerous situation that takes place. When panic hits the streets, and it will happen, if you're not surrounded by people who you can share with, who you can thrive with, who have your best interest, and if you don't have the proper support system around you, things are going to get hectic for you in your life. And the solution would be coming together for the person who says, what's the solution? Well, coming together, having our own communal environments that's totally self-autonomous, also generating our own ecosystem, a trading system, some type of barter system. Do y'all know what will happen if this dollar collapse? It's going to get real, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what's going to happen in the system, right? We're going to get into it. I got a plethora of sources. Somebody said the world is getting crazy with tent cities polluting the earth is honestly a public health issue. Absolutely. The tent cities are emerging any and everywhere. This is a fact.
What are we going to do to change the state of millions of Americans right now. I feel like we are all on a hamster wheel. I'm a millennial. I feel like we're on a hamster wheel in hell and we can't get off. It doesn't matter if you work 3 or 4 jobs. It doesn't matter if you work 100 hours a week or if you come home with bloodied hands from your trade. You still can't afford to pay your basic utilities, buy essentials and food. It is impossible. But I don't know what we do to change it. Our parents, my parents, worked harder and got more. I'm so lucky I had a great childhood. But it doesn't matter how hard we work in this day and age. We can't, I don't know what to do. Like, and I'm speaking for millions of us. What are we going to do? Where do we start? I am so desperate to help change the lives of millions of us, but I don't even know how to help if I can't even help myself. How does a revolution really start?
How does a revolution really start? We the people. We pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. We invest in land. We govern ourselves. We put ourselves in positions with the righteous, right? Because I'm going to tell you, as far as a nationwide revolution going, that's not going to happen. Because there's too many people out here on demon time. Only a remnant and a select few are going to gravitate towards this word. And the rest of society are going to self-destruct. They embrace the cabal. They embrace the demonic system. They embrace the wickedness and perversions. And that's why they're going to fall victim. A lot of you all, you're probably casting your pearls before swine as we speak, thinking that people are going to change their mind frame. See, we the people are the power, but the mass majority ain't on the side of righteousness. Broad leadeth to damnation. Narrow is the way to salvation. So most people aren't going to look out for self. They're going to trust in a system that don't give a about them. I'm not going to be one of those people trusting in a system that have showed me that they don't care about us. Time and time again. People are out here hungry, starving right now. People are out here working 3 and 4 and 5 jobs and still not making enough. It's so many people out here who are still enduring civil unrest all the way from 2020. And I'm supposed to trust in this system to help us. I'm supposed to trust in them to somehow come through and make sure that the future of our children is secure. I think not. That's unwise. We got to start to do something. And nothing through the Most High is impossible. Colossians 3:22 says, servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing God. And whosoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. Now, what does that mean? Yes, we got to live in this world. We got to do what we got to do according to the flesh, not with eye service and men pleasing, but in singleness of heart, fearing God. We doing what we got to do in this system to get by. We in captivity. But when you choose Christ, when you choose the Messiah, and you get that Holy Spirit, he's going to lead you to self-sufficiency. He's going to lead you around people who understand that this thing has a timeline, that the hourglass, the sand in the hourglass is dropping. And there is a time frame that we have to gather ourselves together. There is a time frame that we have to do what's necessary in this system to make sure that the future generations is secure. When you read scripture, when he told those in Jerusalem to flee into the mountains, when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, when Vespasian and his son Titus came and compassed Jerusalem with armies, and you had Josephus, who was doing a total record on everything that was happening, right? I'm bringing y'all back in history for a little bit. When this was happening, those who fled into the mountains and got out of captivity, those same families, the same bloodlines are live to this day. Some of them are free, still keeping the customs and traditions in various countries, living free, still breathing, still thriving on their own. Now, those who stayed, a lot of them got eradicated. A lot of them got cut off. A lot of them are still in captivity through generational curses and still dealing with certain things. Listen, the future is for those who prepare for it. You got to take heed to what these scriptures are telling us and know that history repeats itself. It ain't nothing new under the sun. Make no mistake about that. And something is coming. Something big is coming. And I'm not just telling you this. You got to ask yourself, will you survive the first 90 days? Will you survive the first 90 days of the collapse? I want to share a source with y'all. And this was shared a few years ago, and it's got millions of views. 4.5 million views to be exact. And I think it's very important I share this with y'all because it was very relevant then, and it's even more relevant now. We're talking about how to survive the first 90 days of the collapse. It's time for some action. What are you doing to prepare? Let's talk about it. When disaster strikes, and then we're going to parallel all of what's being said in this video with scripture, line upon line, precept upon precept. And I want you to hear this out. Let's go.
Incident could leave you on your own with no help coming. If a significant enough event were to occur that completely disrupted our supply chains and resources, the results would be catastrophic. Most people don't have enough food or water on hand to survive much more than a week. In this video, we'll cover what you can expect when a national disaster over 90 days occurs and how you can prepare now. Please consider subscribing to our newsletter to give you updates and membership-specific content. Visit www.cityprepping.com/newsletter or click on the link in the description and comments section below to subscribe today. Enjoy the video. Any disaster on a national or global scale can quickly turn neighbor against neighbor. The calm social order you enjoy will be flipped on its head just after a few days. The sad reality is that most people aren't prepared to survive to next week if supplies were cut off, let alone for 90 days or more. There is, however, a timeline that generally follows disasters. Knowing this timeline can put you one step ahead of the herd and keep you safer amidst the chaos. This video will analyze the days, weeks, and months following a catastrophic national disaster. I'll tell you.
This particular video is going to give you a chronological time order of how things will go, right? And it's so accurate, and it can definitely happen this way.
What you can expect along the way and provide you with solutions you will need to remain safe and survive. The first 3 days. Depending on the national disaster, the first 24 hours can be relatively calm. If you're in the aftermath of a storm or an earthquake, this is a period where people are emerging from what is left of their shelters and making sure they are unscathed. If it's a disaster like an...
For the person who says this is fear-mongering, if you're afraid, that means you're accepting the fact that you're not going to do anything to prepare for the time. If you're afraid, that means you're not living according to the Holy Spirit. You're not living according to God's word. If fear is what's striking you right now, you have no intentions whatsoever to take heed to sound wisdom. And you should be afraid. All right. So we'll just leave it at that. The Bible also tells us the fear of the Most High is the beginning of all wisdom. The Most High is going to bring judgment to this place. He's just going to use these men to do it. Right. But let's go. And also, the Bible says, be like the ant, prepare in season. All right. So let me go ahead and get this person out of here because they're still speaking out of term. Why are you watching it? If you're afraid, get out of here. Anyway, let's go.
National power outage, most people are still relatively calm. We put a great deal of faith in our government, public services, guard, and military to restore our world following a disaster. This period of calm can last for about 2 days. After that, things begin to reveal how broken they really are. Stores that cannot process credit and debit transactions cannot sell to people without cash, and banks that cannot process deposits and withdrawals stop functioning. Just-in-time delivery services that replenish.
Now, did you hear what he said? No more using your debit card. Now, that would be a major issue in itself, especially when you can no longer access the cash out of the bank, which, you know, a lot of these ATMs is not giving you enough cash. They don't have it there. The cash is not at the banks, ladies and gentlemen. The banks are dried out. This is why your spending amount, your withdrawal amount has changed significantly. A lot of y'all might want to go take a certain amount of money and they will not let you withdraw it. Why? Because the cash is not at the bank. So not only will you not be able to withdraw, but then you can't use your debit card as well. What do you do in a situation like that when you only got a week's supply of food? What do you do? Like, see, these are the type of things that you must be thinking about in this time. It's real. These are real issues that can take place when you're looking at what's going on in America now. Let's go.
Grocery and pharmacy inventories can't do so, and shortages of some items begin to occur. This fuels even more panic buying, which further exacerbates the problem. After 72 hours, people will begin to realize that help is not coming and systems will not be restored. The stress level of the community will start to boil over. If stores haven't been looted yet, it will surely begin by the third day, as those who fail to prepare will desperately try to grab up the resources they now realize they need.
So that's when the looting, polluting, and shooting is going to start happening. And what did the scripture say in 2nd Esdras? What did it say? For because of the pride of the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread in great tribulation. Ain't that what the Bible say? Now, look, some of y'all like, well, y'all don't believe in the Bible, right? Y'all don't believe in what the word of God says, right? But let me ask you this. Out of all the religious books in the world, watch this. Watch what I'm about to point out to y'all. How many other religious books speak against incest, you know, dealing with family members, who not to deal with sexually? Name me one religious book that speaks on who not to deal with sexually, with laws in regards of sexual immorality. Name me one religious book, a Buddhist book, a Quran. Name me one. There's none. Sounds unrelated, but that's very relevant, right? Why? Because the Bible is the book that we follow. The Bible is the truth. The only law and govern that even makes any sense at this point. You're not looking for Quran prophecies. Nostradamus, all his prophecies failed. You're not looking for Buddha's prophecies. You're not looking for false prophets and psychics. They psychics is liars and new ages. You're not looking for none of that. The Bible gives you prophecy. Everything else is a copycat, a duplicate, and a fake. So when the Bible is telling you that we're going to come into these type of austerity measures, then you can take it as the gospel. I believe the Bible. If you're afraid, that's on you. But the Most High didn't give me the spirit of fear. He didn't give none of us in here the spirit of fear. He gave us thoughts of peace because he knows what end he has for us. Although all these things are taking place in the world. But if you're a sluggard, if you refuse to take heed to the men of the Most High that he sent to warn the people, that's on you. I'm only a messenger. Don't kill the messenger because I'm making it apparent to you what's going on in the world, right? Anyway, let's continue.
If you have prepared, you can avoid being caught up in this dangerous time of desperation. If you have not, expect to be stuck with the herd making runs on stores. Likely, the police will not be able to keep ahead of the crime. Local curfews will be established, perhaps even martial law.
The police is not showing up. They already then ran drills in Chicago, Los Angeles, and various places. They've already then put the grid in place for the police to pretty much get ghosts out here. And, you know, they got artificial intelligence doing a lot of police work. They're going to be sending the robots, the AI bots, and all of that out. And, you know, these things going to be trigger happy, right? Let's go.
What should you know about and do in the first 72 hours? Your first 24 hours is a little bit of a golden window for you to act. You'll need to decide if you're going to shelter in place or bug out. You should immediately fill every container you have with water in the likelihood that pumping stations will cease to operate. Your water may be gravity fed with those enormous tanks you see on the hillsides around your town, but those will not be replenished in a prolonged grid down situation.
See, water is going to be highly important, but most of all, you're going to need some support. You're going to need people. You're going to need a place where you know you can go, where you have a livable structure there. And you're going to need that. Even if you got some type of livable structure where you know, all right, it's going down. I got a place to go and I know people that I can go to, and they've been already preparing for this. They're ready for this. So you got to go somewhere where there's a food bank, meaning you and a group of people, y'all have already came together, got some containers, trailers, y'all got a premises that y'all got secured, and you're ready. And this can happen. You can do this instead of suffering, struggling, working crazy hours and barely making ends meet. And then when everything hit the fan, you don't know where to go. Come together with some of your folks. You don't necessarily have to deal with us with UP Farms. But I'm warning the people in general. If you don't like me, that's fine. If you don't trust me, don't like us, not even me, because it's not about me. If you don't see fit to sojourn with us, I'm telling you, if you have a group of friends, colleagues, associates who are like-minded, y'all should invest in some land and come together, get yourself some plans and contingency plans, and memorize how to get to this location. Literally, get yourself a map. Learn how to read that map, because when the grid goes out, GPS ain't going to work. GPS is going to go out. When the phones go out, you need to know how to get there. Memorize how to get to that location. Get there where you're going to have people that's there for you. That's all I'm saying, because the time is coming. But let's go.
If possible, you should gas up your vehicle. Within the first 24 hours, if you need to go to the store, do so with cash if there's any supplies you need to top off. But again, only do this if you have no other option, as it is likely that people will be in a state of panic. So don't plan on this being your primary plan if you fail to prepare. Evaluate accordingly based on the knowledge of your local stores. In the first 48 hours, you should check in with your mutual assistance group if you've established these types of relationships. If you live in an apartment,
a mutual assistance group is what we call it. You got to have that mutual assistance group, right? You know, the scriptures tell us. And let's go here. Hold on, let me see. In Proverbs 31:5, it says, the thoughts of the diligent run only to plenteousness, but of everyone that is hasty only to want. I repeat, the thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness, but of everyone that is hasty only to want. See, when you have the thoughts of the diligent, it leads to you being plenteous. It leads to you having safety, security. But those who move in haste, they're only going to be in want. So if you're one of those people who like to, procrastinate, you can feel and see things, but you want to procrastinate. You want to move in haste with everything you do. It's only going to leave you wanting. It's going to have you out here like a wanderer. It's going to have you out here just in a bad place, in a bad situation, in need of all things. Why? Because you don't take heed. You don't listen when the Most High is, blowing the shofar, having his people blow the shofar and bring truth. You're not listening. Let's go.
Complex, you should coordinate a floor or building meeting to discuss posting guards at the entrances and other strategies to keep your building safe. Though phone and internet services may be down, apps like Bridgify that utilize mesh networks may still allow you to communicate with others or get news. CB or ham radios can provide you with critical communication abilities.
And this is the importance of having RVs, man. Particularly the older model RVs, which are not expensive. You can invest in one from the 90s, and guess what? Most of those RVs have this same radio here. This radio right here, I got one in my RV. And they work. In case the system go down and grid go down, guess what? You're prepared. You can see who's from a 10, 20, 30 to 100-mile radius from you. In case some type of EMP, in case some type of warhead hit, you can actually connect with people who may be around. Yeah, CB radio is clutch. I'm telling you. And we are in a time where we got to really discuss things like this. On UP Farms, man, if you're a person who drives an RV, pull up on our event. Just get your general admissions, pull up, because essentially it's an RV park where you can build with like-minded people. So these things are real, man. Connecting with people who can see. Yeah, get your Faraday bags, things like this. Let's continue. Hold on one moment.
The CB should be part of your prepping supplies because they are very affordable and vital to communication capabilities. You should also monitor your emergency radio channels to assess the extent and area radius of the disaster and base your decision on whether to bug out or bug in based upon this information. If you have a police scanner, you can monitor the chatter to determine how the disaster's aftermath is unfolding. Don't give too much credibility to the word-of-mouth rumors and gossip. Especially don't base your decisions on this type of communication. Assuming you have prepped in advance, your most significant decision in the first 24 hours is going to be whether you should stay or go. Your window of opportunity will begin to close after the first 24 hours. Roads will begin to...
Exactly. The first 24 hours, y'all. Anytime you hearing anything about some type of shutdown in the near future, sooner than later, you got a critical decision to make. I would give it that first 24 to 48 hours. Now, imagine if you're a brother or sister who already plugged in with the brethren. You plugged in with myself, brother Uwitazai. You plugged in with, administration, and you've been to UP Farms, and you in the surrounding area somewhere on the Bible Belt. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer where you're going. You're going to hit that highway. You're going to hit me up like Breed. Make sure Breed good. Make sure Uwitazai good. It's a no-brainer. You're knowing where you're going. Because you done already built rapport with your spiritual family. You done build rapport with your folks. It's good families there. It's protection there. And it's resources and food there. And you may even have you a livable structure there. You done think about this. You done put in your project proposal, which is you could do on newbreed.love. You done got yourself a yurt built. You done got yourself a container home built. You got an RV parked over there. It's a no-brainer. And you got it set up. You just got it on your plot, just chilling. This is what we've been promoting. Not a religious organization, none of that. What we've been promoting is somewhat like a timeshare type of situation. You put in proposal, you got your plot, and you got like-minded people. And make no mistake about it, I'm not no leader. I'm a leader in my community in general, but I'm not no church leader or cult leader, anything like that. I'm simply a promoter. I need y'all to understand it. All I am is a promoter, because I can see what's going on in the world, and the people that I work with, they're like-minded. So let me make that clear. Anyway, let's continue.
To fill up, and travel will likely not be a safe option any longer. Ask yourself, can I make it 90 days where I am? Even if the answer is yes.
Now, y'all really have to ask yourself, 90 days, can you make it where you're at right now? Can you? Are you confident in that? Are you confident? The Bible tells us, and I want to go here. And I'm going to Matthew. Book of Matthew. One moment. Y'all give me one moment. Hold on. I'm trying to get this whole chapter pulled up. My bad, y'all. Oh, okay. We're in Matthew, the 24th chapter, and it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." See, we're having that now. "Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved." See, we're dealing with the people who want to endure to the end. The people who are not putting their trust in this demonic system out here. The people who want to endure to the end. Not dealing with the people who wax cold, who basically bear the mark of the beast. Because just because you haven't seen somebody physically get the mark, they got the mark. Because they trust in Satan's system. But let's continue.
Have a bug out plan and bag ready if the situation forces you out. Your solutions for the first 3 days are to have some preps in place already, along with a bug out plan. All members of your network or family could implement the communication plan you've already put in place before the disaster. You should monitor any potential compounding problems like nuclear power plants or dams. Most importantly, you need to assess whether staying in location or getting to a safer area is possible, which is your best choice during this golden window of opportunity. The first week. Within the first week, supplies will be gone, either purchased or stolen. Medicines will begin to run out, and people with medicine-dependent lives will turn to hospitals for what they need.
Now, this is very important because the Bible tells us every fruit yielding seed shall be the medicine on the earth. Any fruit, vegetable, herb yielding seed shall be the medicine. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not none of that, but I prefer personally a more holistic approach to medicine. And I won't say too much of what we got going on with that, but I'll say this. There's ways to heal the body. There's alternative solutions, because when these pills are off the shelf, these pills, mind you, that have side effects, fix one thing, hurt another thing. When these pills are off the shelf, guess what? A lot of people not going to know what to do. They ain't going to know what to do. And trust and believe, there is medicines out there. Some of the same things that are in pill form, they're out there. You can plant them on your land very easily. And that's why you got to have people who into the holistic methods. And shout out to all the people who joined our groups who are practitioners of the holistic medicines. Because you're going to need that at the end, right? Anyway, let's continue.
Hospitals may not be able to admit and help many people if their power cannot be restored. Police, medical, and fire services will be overwhelmed, and you cannot rely upon them. The declaration of martial law is very likely as governments attempt to keep the peace. As we saw this year, people will likely not accept martial law. Vigilante security groups will probably spring up in neighborhoods and communities. Clean water may cease to flow, and trash and human waste will begin to pile up. As sewage plants fill, municipal water supplies.
Y'all gotta understand, the waters is gonna get polluted, and it's gonna be a stink in the air, man. It's gonna be, I'm telling you, the smell is gonna be overwhelming. And see, that right there is gonna drive a lot of people crazy, man, especially in the cities. And they're already coming up with ways to turn actual sewage water into clean drinking water. Believe it or not, that's what they're doing. When it comes to sanitation, when there's no sanitation, these scientists have decided they're going to turn feces water with fecal matter flowing through it, into drinking water. They already working on that. They're doing that for a reason. Let's go.
Or local rivers may become contaminated. Natural gas and electricity will cease to flow. By the end of the first week, the levels of circulating cash will be very low, and bartered items like food, water, and durable goods will begin to rise in value. People will be either trying to leave populated areas, or, for those stranded away from home when the disaster struck, they will just be arriving back to their city home, if they decide to return home, to find that the landscape has changed considerably. Remember, the golden window to either stay in place or bug out is really in the first 24 hours. After that, you're competing with a herd every step of your journey. Your solution for the first week is to take a mental inventory of your supplies and try to get all your family members or groups in one central defensible position. Do not share, even at community or building meetings, the extent of your supplies.
Now, that's very important, because you give a person an inch, they're going to take a whole mile from you. If you don't have trusted constituents around you who is protecting what you have, the supplies that you have on hand, then you're in danger off the break. If you start giving people, if you start sharing in your neighborhood, in these communities out here in the world, in these cities, people are going to take advantage of you. They're going to know where to get goods. And when they get extremely desperate, that's when the book of Esdras jumps off the page. That's when people are going to really be breaking into houses, looting, destroying. It's going to be all kind of barbaric things taking place in this time period. That's why the first 2 days, from 24 to 48 hours, you got to know where you're going. You got to know where you're going. Let's go.
If you do, your supplies will likely be taken and divided up by the second week. You'll need to use a large bucket and trash bags to remove waste from your living area. If it's more than just you, a 24-hour watch system at your home must be established. The night will bring the greatest conflicts, as desperate people will try to use the cloak of darkness to keep them hidden. Martial law.
That's when the purge people coming out. That's when the masked assailants is coming out to do God knows what to the women. This is where it's going to get crazy. And this is just the first week we talking about. This is just the first week. Let's go.
Law or local police may still provide some protection during the day. Beyond just your home, know what is happening in your neighborhood and community. Stay in the well-trafficked areas if you have to venture out during the day.
This is why the Second Amendment is so very important, man. I know the Democratic Party is trying to get rid of guns and all of that, but look, first of all, y'all gotta understand, they're not gonna be able to get rid of guns because there's too many guns in America. The issue is everybody got them. The heroes and the villains got guns. It just so happens that criminals, they don't go purchase firearms over the table. So if you have the ability to practice your Second Amendment, then you need to make sure you practicing that Second Amendment to protect you and your family. Because when the large scale riots start and the lack of food starts, all the shortages, the power outages, that's when the wolves coming out. That's when the crazies is coming out.
Second week. By the second week, crime, looting, and marauding will rise. Stores and pharmacies will have already been looted. Mutual assistance groups will spring up in some communities, neighborhoods, and buildings. These will vary from street gangs to militias to arms.
Exactly. This is when you're gonna see them good old boys riding through the streets with the Confederate flags. You're gonna see the Klansmen, the skinheads. You're gonna see the pro-black extremist groups. You're gonna see the gangbangers, all of that. Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, they all coming out. And you're gonna see exactly what America is comprised of. And they showed you in all their movies how this is gonna happen, man. The predictive programming is real. Y'all think y'all just be watching a movie when you watching Leave the World Behind. And there was another one called the one that just came out, Civil War. You think you just watching a movie, but really what you watching is a module of what's happening, a template. Let's go.
Citizens. There could be conflicts between these groups, though they will likely be pretty respectful of boundaries in early weeks. Your opportunity to travel has passed. Roads impacted by people fleeing population centers will be littered with abandoned vehicles and will be far too unsafe to travel. Many will be living out of their cars on rural land they could get to, and they will suffer being kicked out off that land by locals. International borders will be closed to stop the flood of refugees, and governments will issue stay-at-home orders, curfews, or attempt to relocate people en masse. With no sign of recovery, hospital and emergency workers will turn to their own families and communities. You'll want to keep as low a profile as possible. Make sure the windows are covered. Avoid cooking in lights at night. When cooking, add any spices after flame out to avoid releasing scents into the air. You'll need to purify any water you...
Now imagine you cooking food on fires, or you cooking food, on some type of electric burner, and you can't even season the food because if those fumes go in the air, those smells go in the air, the people are coming. Now imagine that. And don't the scriptures jump off the page? You got to season your food after it's cooked. I'm telling you. But people think this stuff is a game until it's starting to happen. Let's go.
You obtain that isn't part of your stores. Stay put and stay hidden. You'll not find food or medicine anywhere, so there's little point in venturing out. Your solutions for this period are to have the foods and medicine you need in your preps. If you formed relationships with your neighbors, now is the time to start discussing food rationing and how you'll work together if you're not prepared. At this point, you've all decided to hunker down, so you're all in it together. Never reveal all your supplies, but it will be crucial for you to have a large supply of food stored, as you may be the only resources your neighbors have. Always barter a cup of beans or rice or a couple of ramen noodle packets for...
It's going to become a bartering system. Now, imagine some of y'all in these major cities trying to barter with the people in your community right now. Some of y'all in communities with nothing but gang stalkers, weirdos, and perps as we speak. Some of y'all in communities right now where your neighbors are just, some real creepy individuals. And you walk out your door and you like, yo, this person's following me. This person's, every time I come out the door, they come out the door. They blinds all bent up because they watching you 24/7. What do you think? Who do you think these people are? Some of y'all in neighborhoods where you in constant surveillance. And they know they can see the light of the Most High on you. They can see that you righteous, that you virtuous. And they can't wait till there's a system with no rule and law just so they can target you. This is just the reality of the situation. You live in, listen, this is why the Bible says, come out of her, my people, or be partakers of her plagues. Come out of her, my people. Because the monitoring spirits are watching for a reason. They're waiting on an opportunity. And you got to be on point. A lot of you ladies out here who are single, you got to go where there's refuge. You got to go where there's other families. You got to go where there's men of courage and faith, because where there's no leadership, the people fall. And it just so happens all of the men of the Most High of courage and valor, any men of the Most High of substance, are gravitating towards getting out of her, my people. We're gravitating towards getting out of her, my people. It's real talk, man. Let's go.
For things you know you will need in the weeks ahead. If someone wants to charge their item with the solar generator you have, you should try to have some costs associated with that. Otherwise, they'll be at your door repeatedly using your resources. Avoid giving away your valuable preps for nothing in return. You should have medical kits and books to allow you to care for yourself and others. The loaning of prepping books you've already read and do not need a reference is the only exception, because you want your neighbors to be knowledgeable and not a burden. If sewage,
this is something that's tangible that you can do to prepare right now. Information is power. Being knowledgeable in various things, like he brought up medical books, and this is something I've recently started investing in. This is just small little things. Learning how to plant seeds, keeping your seeds when if you buy grapes and cherries and stuff, keep your seeds. Develop these little habits, man. Medical books, holistic books, just to learn if something was to happen and you in the woods somewhere, what plant could you eat? What insects could you eat? Which plants could you use to heal a fatal wound? Because they're out there. This is like things that you got to know. And it's not difficult to add this knowledge to your repertoire. You just got to be willing and open-minded to invest in these things to prepare as the time moves on. And start liquidating your assets. If you got a large lump sum of money, buy something you can live in. Even if it's just a small trailer home. If you got a large lump sum, because listen, you can have all the money in the world. You can have $600,000 in the bank right now. But when that system shut down and you ain't got nothing, I mean, you don't have a livable structure, you don't have any resources whatsoever, then you are just like the homeless man at this point. And a lot of people ain't gonna know what to do because you've been renting all your life. There's gonna be millionaires who gonna be learning game from homeless men right now. That's what type of world we're coming into, where everything that you have ain't gonna mean nothing. And your true riches is your character. Your true wealth, your true value now becomes how you treat other people. Imagine living in a world where your true value is what you know how to do, your trade skills, how you treat others, how you get along with others, where your value literally is that. How many of y'all ready for that? Some of y'all, all y'all do is gossip at your damn job. What happens when you in a world with no rule and law? You think you're going to be able to make it? No, the Most High is going to put us under the rod of the covenant once again. That's what the scriptures tell us. Meaning we're not going to be able to be vindictive, wicked, evil towards each other. The standards are going to be higher. You ain't going to be able to be out here jugging and finessing, because guess what? Now everything you do is going to be a microscope on you, because that can be your survival now, whether you're going to be able to eat. You can't be that person that's burning all your bridges. You can't be that person who doesn't value relationships with other people. You can't be that person like, yo, I could just cut everybody off anytime. You can't be a selfish energy, unwilling to cooperate with others and work well with others. You can't be that person no more. That's what it's going to come to. Let's go.
Which is down, you may need a community plan for removing waste from your living areas. Third week. By the end of the third week, seeing a car on the road or a plane in the sky will be a curiosity. If it's a car on the road, it likely will signify potential danger. Are there still no communication or signs of recovery?
Now imagine it's totally desolate out there. you see a car on the road, you know to hide. Because if that car is able to drive and get through all the madness, ain't no telling what that person is running around doing. And you know what? The scriptures prophesied this too. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to pull up this scripture real quick. I'm going to show you how real it's going to get, because they're not even telling you everything. How it's going to get. Hold on now. The scripture's jumping off the page now. And this joint just came to mind right here. Oh, man. Revelations chapter 11, verse 8. It says, and their bodies shall be in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Now, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Now, we know Egypt was a melting pot of people. We know Sodom was Sodom and Gomorrah with a bunch of like sexually liberated people. We'll put it that way, right? When real sexual liberation means you out here procreating, that's real sexual liberation. But let's just say the other people, the letter coalition. So spiritually, this place will be Sodom and Egypt. It says, the Bible says bodies are going to lay in the streets. Bodies, meaning you're going to be riding down the road. Every 5 to 10 miles, you may see a body curled up with vultures picking away at the body. That's what's happening. Let's go.
Be stuck where you are, and you should give up the prospect of any recovery at a national level. You'll have to rely upon your network for protection. Marauders will be an ongoing threat. It will not be safe to leave your network alone. If you and your group are to survive, your solutions are to delegate responsibilities based upon areas of expertise. Any current or former Leo or
so we clear, Sodom and Egypt is modern day America. Let's go.
Military should be in charge of implementing a security plan. Anyone with medical training will have to provide those services. Again, don't reveal all your food stores, but contribute maybe a pound of beans and a pound of rice. Those will feed several people and keep people from getting desperate. The reality that you're all in this together will sink in for many, so you'll need to provide direction to steer your community. Maybe loan a book or two to people who show they have.
You're not going to be able to survive without a community of some sort. You're not going to. So, although we see a lot going on with these cults, these religious cults, and these wicked individuals out here in the world, don't mistake a community and a cult as the same thing. You got to understand that, because with our people, since we such spiritual people and we tend to be the most religious people, it's difficult for people to wrap their mind around our people preparing, and it's not a church or some type of religious cult. No, this is necessity to prepare for what's coming. And that's what type of communities we should be getting involved with. Let's go.
Have some expertise. As a community, you'll need to obtain water by draining water heaters or pipes or setting up a rain collection system. You'll need to lead the thinking on these things. The ability to provide survival knowledge to your community will make you an invaluable asset. 1 to 2 months. By now, things are up to you and your community for survival if no help is coming. As a prepper, you will become a valuable resource if you can help your community. Tough decisions will have to be made. Rationing of food within your home. Roles will have to be established and skills brought to the table for everyone to work together. Many envision that after a significant disaster and no help is coming.
And I'm also going to share the link in the chat in case any of the brethren, any of the brothers in the truth want to join me for the remainder of this video to kind of give their insight, because we got some wise brothers on our staff who also, you know, are on social media with platforms who speak up on these things. So I like the brothers to chime in. Let me see if I can send the invite link. Let's go. All right, let's go.
They'll simply be an island to themselves. The reality is that this will not be the case. people will know what you have. And if you haven't started forming ways to help others near you that can help you in return, you may have an angry mob at your doorstep. While many in the prepper community envision that they'll be fine making it independently, if you live in...
Now, I want y'all to take a look at this photo right here. This photo right here is people with their tents. They got their tables laid out. They're sharing food among each other. But in the context of this video, this is after everything hit the fan. This is after everything hit the fan. So what you see going on at UP Farms, this looks very familiar to what we already are doing now. This looks very familiar what we are already doing now for a reason. Because we're taking preemptive measures. See, the way they got this set up, it ain't no guarantee you'll be able to do this right here without military coming through the neighborhoods and things of that nature. So you got to keep in mind, like, what you see us doing is following the words of the Most High. Simple as that. Let's see here. Now, to be clear, what I'm looking for is some of the brothers in the staff, some of our here we go. I'll allow, I see some other people joining in the background. I will allow you on after the video, the continual breakdown of brothers that work with our administration. Then if you got questions, comments, concerns, we'll allow you in. Let's see here. Shalom, shalom, brother. Hold on. Let me and I got I don't have my sound deck right now, family, but all praises, man. Blessings to you, man. You did a phenomenal stream earlier. It's good to have you on. I know
man.
Yes, sir. All praises. And y'all
Appreciate
make sure
it, man. Listen, no sound deck necessary, man. Listen, today's stream is New Breed on Ice, man. New Breed on Ice over here, y'all. Not Disney on Ice, New Breed on Ice, killing it, bro.
Man, all praises to the Most High. They just giving utterance, you know what I'm saying? And yes, sir, brother. So far, I'm sure you've been keeping tuned. What do you got to say to add in before I go ahead and press play and kind of quantify some of the things that was discussed here?
I mean, it's just really getting into the essential things that you really gonna have to pay attention to when it go down. You know what I'm saying? It's like what's so interesting about this, and you was bringing this out earlier, is how people like, oh, this is fear mongering,
Yeah.
And it's only fear mongering if you are afraid.
Exactly.
If you scared, then say you scared. But the people that are actually preparing, they're not preparing because they're afraid. They're preparing because that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You go food shopping, not because you're afraid that you're going to starve. No, you go food shopping so that you can be prepared for, I mean, it's like common sense stuff.
Yeah,
so
prepared to eat. You know what I'm saying? Prepared.
You have to
prepare some meals. So
right.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right, fam. So man.
Yeah. So no, I'm just eager to. I know you're going through this video breakdown. So I'm gonna shut up for right now and just go finish through this here, because I've said a lot of these things. I've never seen this video before, but I've said a lot of these things on previous streams and just to my family and friends around me. So yeah, this is a great video.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna go ahead and continue. All right, let's get it.
In an urban or suburban environment, this simply will not be the case. Remember, manpower will be critical for survival. The notion of just sitting on a stockpile of food is simply not realistic.
And that was real what he just said about manpower will be essential in survival. Because listen, brothers, if y'all can't get along out here, if y'all can't have a group of brothers y'all can come together with and at least see eye to eye with, and understanding the validity of securing your family and just doing what's necessary, not coming together having religious debates, because guess what? That ain't gonna get you nowhere. You're gonna need muscle. You're gonna need people who are like-minded. If you coming together and because you have a difference in doctrine, and that is the breaking point of you actually building and securing your family, we in some serious trouble.
So true.
We in serious trouble as people. Manpower is going to be needed, man. But we got to be able to get along and put the religious stuff to the side. None of us are going to agree on everything. Half the time, everybody can't agree on what they're going to eat that day. So what makes you think every essential detail in the Bible somebody's going to agree with it? You got to see how religion divides us and keeps us subservient in this system, right? And you could chime in as well anytime.
Nah, I'm just like, it's as I'm hearing you say that, I'm not just realizing, but I've thought about this before. I think the reason why people allow themselves to be divided with all of this religious stuff, hey, I'm on this side and you on that side, is because you have the luxury to do that right now. Like when everything hits the fan and you're literally living one day to the next day, and survival is really at its scarce. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about does this person share the same ideology or religious beliefs that I share? You're trying to see, is this a good person? Is this a person that's going to try to harm me and my family? You know what I'm saying? Is this a person that's going to try to steal from me? Is this a person that's going to try to take advantage of me? That's what you're trying to see. You're not trying to see, okay, now let me know right now, are you a Hebrew Diddy-lite or a Hebrew? You know what I'm saying? Like we just got the luxury right now to really sit and try to point fingers at each other and say you on that side and I'm on this side. Right. But when it really comes down to it and you're hungry and I got it, I'm not trying to figure out if you believe in what I believe in. I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna feed you. And I'm hoping that someone would do the same thing for me. Because just imagine if there's a bunch of Muslim people over here and I'm hungry and I'm not a person that's going to hurt anybody. I'm trying to be down. What's up, y'all? Can y'all help me out? And they say, is you a Muslim, brother?
Right.
That's it. That's messed up, man.
And that's a major issue with our people. And the scriptures talk about how people will be full of debate. It's like what Isaiah said, you have the luxury now to be in that spirit of debate. And it's really just making you complicit with your captivity, because none of us have all the answers anyway. It's almost like I see a lot of people with that religious spirit using it as a crutch. Let's resort back to debate. And I see it all the time. It's like, instead of doing something, because we're at the point we got to actually do something now.
Right.
Instead of resorting to, these brothers, they on to something. It's time for us to do something. It's like a defense mechanism where let them go back to religious debate. And it's a major issue, and I see it all the time. But man, this is a powerful lesson here, fam. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue, and we'll chime in on the next talking point.
As others will figure out quickly who has food and who does not. It is in this moment that working with and not against your neighbors will enable everyone to survive. 3 months. After 3 months, it will be apparent that rescue isn't coming. Governments won't restructure. After such a long natural disaster, any government that shows up in your city will not be there in a friendly helping capacity. It will be more feudalistic, community against community as they compete for natural resources and remaining resources. You're stuck where you are and may be subject to whatever jurisdiction rule holds the most power. You'll likely no longer be in a populous area. Either you left or they left. The death toll from a prolonged SHTF situation can only be estimated, but even in the low estimates, fully 1/3 of all the people will.
1/3, that's an interesting statistic. Very interesting, because we know, as Bible believers, that we talk about the 2/3 all the time. We talk about, the depopulation agenda all the time. And right here, we have another brother. He ain't talking religious talk, but he came up with a statistic that is very accurate to what we believe. Now, I just found that interesting. So if you can chime in as well, Elder, but that's interesting stuff.
Yeah, a lot of times when we talk about the 1/3 and the 2/3, the scriptures, the way they break that down, and you understand the rest of the scriptures that correlate with that, you talking about there's going to be almost nobody left here, yo. It's only going to be like just when they talk about the remnant, like you're talking about an actual remnant. Like you can be going for miles and miles and miles, just city to city, and you're not going to see a living soul. You understand?
Exactly.
And so that's how serious things can get, and the scriptures talk about that's how serious things will get. You know, gratefully we're not there yet, and I'm saying gratefully because some people just not prepared for that yet. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, we have the luxury to just sit back and have all of these things just sort of handed to us right now. You get to wake up and have your meat, go to the store and have your meat sliced up into cute little pieces and packaged all up for you, and all of your food just all boxed up, bagged up, canned up, and you just go in there and picking out whatever you want to pick out. That's not normal life. I just need everybody to know this. Like for the viewers on that watch New Breed that are from other places around the world, they know that that's not normal life because they go to a market where people actually grew that stuff and they're just picking out and just sharing it amongst each other. And that's what things are going to go back to, that people are just going to be growing stuff, raising stuff, and sharing that amongst each other and hoping that that's going to be enough to sustain each other. But these here supermarkets and things like that, you know, that 1/3, 2/3 thing, man, is like ain't going to be nothing there to sustain any of that.
Absolutely. I concur. And that's real talk right there. All right, let's go.
Will not survive in the first 90 days. Gone will be the elderly and anyone with a significant medical condition, those receiving medical treatment, or anyone in fragile health. Expect others to die from violence, starvation.
And we learned with the pandemic how the elderly get treated in this country. We learned that, you know, it's no love for them. It was so many nursing homes that shut down all contact with these individuals. And you can see that happening again, you know, where they're defenseless. And this is why it's important to not only respect and love your elders, but they raised you up, took care of you. You want to at least think about them in these situations too, where you could put them in a place where you can do the same thing they did for y'all and did for us. You understand? So that's another reason why a communal assistant environment is needed. And, you know, and I would say this right now with UP Farms, we value elders. We value the wisdom. It's not a situation where if they're not able to work or build or come out there and put in labor and build up houses or whatever the case is, we just going to disregard them. No, we value the spiritual wisdom that they bestow on us, and the Most High understands their importance, and so do we. So I want to make that very clear that everybody is welcome, even those of age and stature, right?
Yeah.
So, and you welcome to chime into it.
He said something about, you know, medication, and you was bringing that out earlier too. A lot of us are being pretty much on life support when it comes down to the medications that you're taking. And I know that a lot of us are not looking at it in that way, that just because you're taking medication for diabetes or high blood pressure or whatever things that's actually a form of life support. And why is because you're completely dependent on that medication. And the minute that you stop taking that medication, your life is in jeopardy, right? And so it's important to now, while you have the time, to try to look at alternative sources and get to the root cause of whatever your issue is. You understand? Because if you don't get down to the root cause of it, if things hit the fan, you're talking about 2 weeks, a month. You know what I'm saying? Your life is in jeopardy, right? Because you didn't get to the root cause of whatever illness you have. And so I'm not telling people get off of your medication. What I am saying is that you need to get down to the root cause of it so that you can wean yourself off the medication so that you're not dependent on it. And then also look at alternatives. Look at all of the other herbs and fruits and different things out there, just like New Breed was saying earlier, that can help treat those things. Because when this go down, there's not going to be a pharmacy that you can go to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as UP Farms is concerned, there are some things that we put into some strong consideration. You know, I'm going to be doing like a pantry with just medications for just in case, you know, just random medications. Like, hey, if you pull up and you sick and you let us know, like, hey, I was taking this medication while the grid was still up, we might have some of that on hand. But these are things that we just have to think about just to be prepared for the worst case scenario.
Absolutely. All right. Let's go.
Dehydration, illness, travel, and exposure to the elements. The reality is that most people can't walk 10 miles, find food or water, or have the knowledge and skills to survive outside the fragile systems they rely upon. The world will look very post-apocalyptic, and either small communities will band together and rebuild by sharing labor, knowledge, and resources, or it will remain very fragmented.
And they think that Book of Eli and I Am Legend is all that. They think that's just all movies. You can see it just happening. I mean, this is how this is going. But I'm gonna continue for a moment.
By now, you contribute something to the sustainment of your network community. Your community may have established trade or alliances with other communities.
See, now this is really important right here. As I was saying again earlier, that you can't survive without community. You have to have an alliance and an allegiance. You have to have people. You have to have a bond. And I know that in this society right now, we're programmed to be selfish. We're programmed to be crabs in a bucket. They use divide and conquer against us. And when you're a person who's selfish and you're an individual who, only is out for self, the Bible tells us that a person who saves their lives will lose their lives. And a person who will lose their life will save their life. So I know that has a lot of meanings, right? First of all, if you're willing to lose this life, meaning this matrix mirage that we call life, and you're willing to walk away from the debilitating issues that we have that keep us stagnant, and you're willing to do what you need to do, you're going to lose a lot of people. A lot of people going to think you a crackpot, think you crazy, think, what is this person even doing? But you just have foresight. But you'll lose yourself. You'll lose your life, technically. Lose the people around you and all, but you'll gain your life at the end. But the people who are selfish, like, yo, I'm all for me as much as I can get. I'm not going to look out for this one or that one. I just want to stack up money and much as I can get me. Those are people going to really have a problem. They're going to really have a problem when this all happens. So I just wanted to add that. And you also can add in as well, Elder.
Nah, Breed, I'm just listening to you, bro, because it's so true what you're saying. I mean, since we really kind of went on this journey as brothers, I've seen people come and go. I've seen people, not really, really stand with us, when it was all just about whatever was popular on YouTube, whatever buzzwords, whatever was trending, everything was all good. But as soon as we got on this particular wave, people switch up and they change up, and they just show that they're not really willing to sacrifice what is necessary in order to sustain our life, because this here place they want to see sustained. They don't want to lose this world. We're trying to get prepared for the new world, the new heavens, new earth. Yeah. And they just wanted this to stay sustained. It was sort of like in Matrix. You remember the dude in Matrix? What was his name, Breed?
Talking about Neo?
No, not Neo. The one that wanted to stay in the Matrix.
Oh, man. I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah. I know the chat probably know. The chat probably know for sure.
Y'all some movie buffs over here, so I already know.
Yeah. My man wanted to stay, man, and he was willing to destroy. Yeah, Cypher. Thank you, Warriors.
Yep.
Cypher. He was willing to destroy the everything in order for him to just have the things that he wanted. And that's what we're getting to see. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to see that the people are self-destructive right now, right before our eyes. You know what I mean? And just willing to destroy everybody around them just so that they can sustain whatever it is that they want here.
Right. That is a fact. All right. Let's go.
As much as it is common to think that as a prepper, you'll be able to go it alone, the reality is that you'll need a community to survive unless you're completely off-grid in the wilderness. For most preppers, that type of wilderness survival isn't a possibility. For most, survival will depend on the cooperation of others. Understand how it breaks down to understand how to survive. There will be no electricity, no water, no hospital, no government, dead telephones, and no internet in a prolonged grid-down situation. Know your location and assess your place before you find yourself in such dire straits. Ensure you have paper maps and know the areas of nuclear power plants and dams which may also fail. Knowledge is power. So having police scanners, radios, television, CB radio, ham radios, and some word of mouth will be critical. Any information you can obtain from these resources will be useful. Running water will stop. Pump stations will stop.
And this is why we got to dig our wells, y'all. Let's go.
Gravity-fed water, those big tanks on the hills you see, will continue to flow for a while, but they will run out since they're not being replenished. Fill the bathtub and
And if it's any moment you want me to stop you with this, just let me know.
No, this is good, man. I'm just like,
yes, sir.
Wow.
Container you have, as water flow may stop. Water heaters typically hold around 40 gallons of water, so you may need to tap this resource to sustain yourself. You'll need the absolute minimum of at least 90 gallons of water per person to get you through the first 90 days. That includes all drinking, washing, and cooking. You simply cannot survive on less than that. If feasible, strategize and implement a rainwater collection system. From day one, start rationing your food and water. Don't be a healthy fat person after people have suffered for a month. You will be alerting people.
And this is something I want to say as well. Practice fasting, brothers and sisters. In particular, intermittent fasting. Because you don't want your system to go into shock in case this happens in your environment where the grocery stores are shut down and you only got this amount of food. Technically your body can sustain off one meal a day.
That's right.
And so that's something you can practice. It's conditioning. And I want to bring that out. Conditioning in general is important. Even brothers and sisters who coming out to our event, July 19th, start walking outside, getting that sunlight. Condition your body to be outside. Condition yourself, walk, see how many miles you can walk sometimes in the sun. You know what I'm saying? Because you're conditioning, and that's very important. A lot of times when people go into, passing out, dying of starvation real early on, is because they're used to living a certain way. And when those things are stripped from you, you're going into shock. And we don't want that for you. So always prepare mentally, physically, as well as spiritually. Right.
That's right. And Breed, every time we talk over the phone, I usually hear you say, "Yeah, I'm about to head over to the gym." And usually I'm out on the walk. You know what I'm saying? And so, every day, I try to get out and walk every day. And I want to be out there. It doesn't matter how hot it is. It don't matter how cold it is. I want to be out there. Why? Because I want to be, like you just said, conditioned, to do that as long as I need to do it if need be. But also, too, most importantly, having your body fit.
Yes.
For whatever case scenario. That's what's important, right? And so, man, I mean, that is super important. I mean, earlier in this video, he was saying that some people can't walk 10 miles.
Right.
And that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that everybody right now, as they're watching this video, most people are sitting in the AC right now. You sitting in the air conditioning right now. You comfortable, but you sit outside for 10 minutes. Right. Let it be 90 plus degrees. You feeling like you about to go into shock. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying? That has to change. You see, this here society, like I talked about, that convenience, right? That you have that luxury of things right now, right? The way that this society operates is they want you completely dependent on them, right? They want you comfortable, because when they're ready to turn things off, they know that you're going to come running to them to try to get whatever it is that you need. You know what I'm saying? So if you're just going to sit in your refrigerator all day, you know what I'm saying? Your little house with your air conditioner is like, you pretty much like a refrigerator just waiting to get ate.
Right.
They plumping you up, keeping you in the refrigerator.
Yep. You're going to get out there and get thawed out and spoiled ASAP. As soon as you get out there. That's a fact, man. Man, conditioning is important, brother.
Super.
Yeah, get that exercise in, get them walks in, drink plenty of water when you out there. But yeah, condition yourselves, brothers and sisters, no doubt. That's facts. Let's get to it.
The same is true for cooking food. Make sure the scent isn't carrying, or you will attract others. You will need months of food. Most view this as caloric needs alone, but make sure you're looking at the nutritional qualities of the food. Understand that if you're hunkered down, you will not be burning a ton of calories. If you're on the move, you will be burning lots of calories, but will be unable to carry all the calories you need for a journey of a week or more. Ensure that you have 90 days of pet food on hand, and remember their water needs are different. They can drink rainwater without ill effect. Cash will only have an initial value. After the first couple of weeks, water, food, and durable goods will be of more importance. Bartering will hold more value in a prolonged or indefinite collapse.
Now, I got to ask y'all again, could you see yourself in a bartering system, a cashless society in the environment you are in now? Could you see you surviving and sustaining in your current community where you're located just for 90 days? Just for 90 days. And I want to do a quick tally to find out by show of ones you think it's a no-go. Ain't no way. You're going to have to come up with a plan. Ain't no way. Not in the community that you currently reside in.
Be honest too, fam. Be honest, please.
Keep the buck, y'all. And by show of twos, you pretty much think in your environment you can sustain 90 days in a barter cashless system around the people that you're around now. And I'll give y'all a couple minutes.
What you think, Bree? You good?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I want to see. No, am I good? No. I got to be with my peoples. I got to be with my people. I see some mixed answers in here.
So what's the question again? So everybody clear.
Right. By show of ones, you need to be around like-minded people in a communal environment, but not in the current environment you at right now to sustain for 90 days. Ones, you're not surviving where you're at right now. 90 days in a barter system, no cash. Show of twos, where you're currently located, your environment, you good. You got food, raiment, you got a good support system, communal assistance, you got it all. I definitely see more ones than twos, which that means y'all realistic with yourselves. Y'all real. Y'all know your current environment.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's why I had to move closer to the land. I'm just like, being in Pennsylvania, close to the suburbs, the city.
Right.
It's not going to be a lot of opportunities to survive there because no one in that community is even thinking like that. Everybody in that community is literally just thinking about whatever they're going to get from the supermarket, going to work, turning on the lights, turning on the water. That's all they're thinking about. So as soon as something tragic goes down, they looking at each other. They looking at the neighbor like, what do they got that I want? That's the first thing that they're going to be thinking about within the first day or two. People are going to try to hold it down for a day or two in the house with whatever that they have. But after that week, it's going to be militias out there trying to take for whatever you got. So, as far as I was concerned, I said, listen, I need to get close to the land so that if I need to get on foot, get over there to the land, I got something to sustain myself, my family, and my bag for 3 days. I'm good. Because once I'm on the land, we got stuff out there growing. You feel me? We're going to have livestock out there. These are things that are going to be able to sustain us.
Right. Absolutely. Well, my answer is one. My answer is no. I need to be with my people in a communal environment. And I would say that I think it was about half and half in the chat from what I just looked at. But I'm going to ask y'all this real quick. How about a year? Same question, 1 year, and then we'll move forward. 1 year. And by show of ones, you good for a year in your current place with the grid totally down.
No way.
All right.
And by show of ones, you good for a year?
Oh, is that how I said it?
No, I'm trying to make sure because I'm trying to.
No, show of ones, you not good. Show of two, show of twos, you good. Same question.
Okay, I see a couple of twos. Okay, so a whole entire year in the middle of a city somewhere. That's gonna be good.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I think some people might be confused on the question too, but
I know some people are in the countryside though too, Bree. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the people in the countryside who got some cattle, livestock, got some vegetation. Yeah, they're in pretty good. They're in pretty good position, and they got wells too, because you got to think about sanitation and water.
Right. It's a wrap for anybody in the cities or the suburbs. It's a wrap.
Right.
Because it's not because you don't have stuff that you stored up. And that's the actual reason why you probably won't be able to survive a year, because if you do got stuff stored up, somebody coming for you. Trust me.
That part.
They coming.
That part. But I want to say this for everybody who hit one, you're welcome to join us. So join with us, show up to our events, our workshops. You can go on newbreed.love, and we'll go over a little bit at the end. You with us, if you don't mind, just kind of showing the people how to navigate the site.
Yeah, no doubt.
In attending our next up and coming event. You're the type of people that we want to build with, because you're a realist and you know that you need your spiritual family. So I just wanted to extend that invitation. Now I'm gonna go ahead and continue the video here. All right.
Supply chains will stop. The just-in-time delivery system with lean inventories will collapse relatively swiftly. Supply trucks will cease to deliver. Expect stores to be looted before the end of the first week. Take advantage of any supply handouts for appearance and necessities, but don't sacrifice your safety if they turn into chaotic mobs grabbing resources. Even if you don't need the food or water, you can trade for items you need, like winter coats, blankets, or other critical items. Prepping for a national disaster that will last more than 90 days may seem extreme, but it should be your minimum goal. If you can survive the first 90 days after a collapse of that magnitude, you'll likely be able to survive the long haul and make it to the rebuilding phase. A return to the way things were before a collapse of that magnitude just isn't a possibility after 90 days. Survival is possible, but you'll inevitably have to rely upon your community and your networks. Apart from the items you've stored up, your significant assets will be your knowledge that you can bring to your community. Take a look at my other videos to understand the things you'll need. Set your prepping goals for a target of 90 days out. You'll find that the longer the time you can prepare for, the more your chances of survival increases. At each significant phase of the 90 days, a week out, 2 weeks out, etc., assess whether staying in location or finding someplace new is in your best interest. Likely, the window of opportunity is closed, but you'll find a caravan of people planning to move. Your best bet after the first week or two is to stay put. Please feel free to put any suggestions, tips, or information you have in the comment section below. If you enjoy this,
man, that was some great advice he gave, as well as he gave a real good breakdown on the possibilities when you're looking at what's going on right now. So we have an up-and-coming event, and what I'm going to do is, Elder, if you have anything in the chat you want to share, just to show people how to navigate, participate in our up-and-coming event, July 19th, as far as how they can, if you would like to donate and assist with our efforts and things of that nature, or you just want to attend the event. And then after that, if you got a few more minutes, even after that, Elder, I'm going to just let people in for questions for, maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
All right, cool.
So, when it comes down to the Jamboree Jubilee, we getting close to that date. It's going to be on the 19th. But I want to just say this, for those of you that you need a tent, you need tents, right? You need a tent, an air bed. And the reason why we say you may need an air bed, because I don't want people out there, your back hurt, you're tired, you know what I'm saying? Get an air bed, you know what I mean? A camping chair. Those are the things that we want to make sure that is on hand when you get there. So if you're flying in or you coming in long distance, you don't got a whole lot of space in your car to carry all that stuff, you're going to want to get a ticket that includes that with your pass, right? And so for those of you who want that, you're going to need to go to newbreed.love and get your ticket before the 8th, because time is really running out on that, and we want to make sure you have what you need. And the reason why the 8th is the deadline for that is because we have to order that stuff for you. As soon as you put your order in, we're going to go ahead and put and order that stuff and have it there delivered to the land. So by the time you're there, it's there. Now, anytime after the 8th, we can't guarantee that your supplies are going to be there. So then we're going to have to try to figure something else out. You may have to go to Walmart to go pick up whatever you need. That's the reason why we're shutting down ticket sales for the tents and things like that on the 8th. Now, let's just say if you are coming after the 8th, right? or excuse me, if you want to get your ticket after the 8th and you're bringing your own tent, then you don't have to worry about it. You can get your ticket anytime. So tickets are going to continue to be sold all the way up to the date. So the 19th, that will be the last day to purchase your ticket. Okay. So as far as the event itself, you know, we got a number of people that are already ready to pull up. I mean, the tickets have been going. I'm excited, man, because I every day I'm seeing people purchasing tickets. It's beautiful to know that people really care about what it is that we're doing. When you come here to the website, there are a couple of things that you do need to take a look at. First of all, family, we got to get these t-shirts, okay? Because listen, when we take pictures, you know what I'm saying? We all got our official Jamboree Jubilee t-shirt. So if you haven't got a chance to get your t-shirt yet, the deadline for the t-shirts as well is on the 8th. We're going to continue on selling the t-shirts after the 8th, but just know that if you get your t-shirt after the 8th, there's no guarantee that you'll have your t-shirt in time.
Right.
We are not sending the t-shirts. Just to let everybody know, it's a fulfillment company. When you put your order in, that company takes care of your t-shirts. We don't have nothing to do with that. Now, if you have any issue, of course, you can ask us a question and we can ask them. But ultimately, it's when you purchase your t-shirt or your hat, because there's a hat as well. That hat is going to be nice, man. When you purchase that stuff is on that company to make sure you get it in time enough, but you have to pay attention in your purchase. Okay. Now, in addition to that, there is also something for the people that are not able to make it. And we do understand that not everyone is able to make it. Listen, we're going to do whatever we can to stream some of the things that's happening there, because there's going to be a lot of great things going down. Oh yeah. I know that we got some music artists.
Oh man, there's going to be some performances, man. We got a DJ as well, DJ Rasta Man.
DJ Rasta Man.
Man, it's gonna go down, y'all. And then, for the record, man, we're gonna be getting that pool too, Elder. I'm gonna be getting that pool tomorrow, so we might have to send, maybe possibly if Elijah can go help Mike actually get the pool, because it's sitting there at the wall, at the spot we trying to get it.
Okay, so what you already put the purchase in for it?
No, we have to I'm gonna be doing that a little bit later tonight, but he's gonna need help getting it because it's a big pool. Okay. A big pool. So
that's what's up. So yeah, so we're gonna be staying cool out there then. That's what's up.
Yeah, we're gonna have Miss fans, we're gonna have pools, we're gonna have tents that we can be under. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be nice.
No, that's what's up. So I mean, again, for the people that are not able to make it, we definitely understand. I mean, this right here has definitely been a trying time for all of us. The closer that we get to any level of progress, as you can see, there's, spirit. The spirit is just trying to stop things from happening sometimes. And that's just because it's time for all of us to level up. We've been sitting back, just allowing a lot of negative things going on. We've been falling back. And that's just the kind of spirit that we have. A lot of us are introverts. We know what the answer is. We know what the solutions are. And a lot of us don't want to act on it because we don't really want to deal with the confrontation and the drama, because we feel as though we're bigger than that and better than that. And we are. But the thing is, we can't just sit back and just allow all the negativity to continue on festering and us not come and set the record straight and let people know like what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Right. This is who we really are as a people. We are people filled with love. We are people that are gentle. We are people that's filled with light. You know what I'm saying? And we just gonna have to share that. So when it comes down to us doing that, it's going to be challenging. That's the reason why a lot of people are having challenges right now and pulling up to the Jamboree Jubilee. Listen, it's all love. We understand. But if you can support the event by getting the pay it forward ticket, that would be much appreciated. Shout out to everybody that got one of these. Big shout out to y'all, because without y'all, we wouldn't have been able to make sure that we got brothers that's out there that's going to be doing security out there. Breed hit me up the other day like, yo, your witness, I might have to use the pay it forward to make sure that we can get our security team out there. I got to make sure that they fed. You know what I'm saying? Those brothers are pulling up like 3 days, 2-3 days early. So we trying to make sure that they are good. And with your contributions, that helps towards that. Not only does it help towards that, but it helps towards the overall development of Unlimited Potential Farms. And when I say development, we're talking about it overhead expenses, you know what I'm saying? Operational cost, supplies, everything. All of these things matter. I mean, something as simple as gas for generators, you understand? Like all of these things matter. So getting the grass cut, like the support helps. So this here event is what it's all about. We are trying to make sure to support our overall goal and mission of getting Unlimited Potential Farms to be a nice RV tent retreat type of place where people can come with their families. There's community spaces there where you can have your own little shed house or whatever, you know, tiny home that you got, and you just stay in there in the cut chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, or hey, if you built the tiny home, you know what I'm saying, you want to rent it out and put it on Airbnb because you're an entrepreneur like that. You trying to be on ice, you got it. Do what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to work towards. Get the pay it forward thing. If you can't come out and get an actual ticket. Yeah, absolutely. You know, when it comes down to the vendors that's going to be out there, we got Hebrew Care. Listen, I gotta say this, Bree. I just gotta say this to the people.
Yes, sir.
Yo, when I shared with the brothers and sisters that Hebrew Care was open back up and that they really wanted to come out to the event but didn't know if they were going to be able to, you know, because of the cost. And you know, my mom just got finished beating breast cancer, so you know what I mean, all of the treatment, all praise the Most High for that. Oh, praise. But she just like, I can't miss the Jamboree Jubilee. And my dad said, well, listen, if you able to open up the store and raise $1,000, then, you know, I think we can go. Yo, we opened up the store, and within 3 days, all of the supporters came and supported Hebrew Care. Thank you all for that. So
all praises to them. I wish I had my round of applause right here. But
yeah, man.
Hey, we give all praises to the Most High. That's a
Hebrew Care is pulling up. Chariot T will be there. Immortal Vigor will be there. And when I talk about Chariot T, Immortal Vigor, and Hebrew Care, everybody that is interested in improving their health overall, these are the people, these are the companies that they focus on that. So big shout out to them. And I'm happy that they're going to be there. But as far as the Jamboree Jubilee is concerned, I just want to make sure that we can finally open up this page here. You know what I mean? This look like it's going to be fun. And it's like, when we put this commercial together, Bree, this was the vision, right? This was the vision, and it was just about making the vision come to life. And because of you, big shout out to you, Bree. Bree said, listen, man, I got these here funds. I'm going to invest to make sure that we can have a good time, bring the kids out. You know, this was a fly time that we had in the previous year, but this year is going to be even better because, as you can see, Bree talking about we got the pool. You know what I'm saying? We got the bounce houses. You know, I think it's even going to be an axe throwing thing over there.
Yep. They're gonna
cotton
have
candy machine,
cotton candy, the snow cones. I mean, we're gonna do it big this time, man. And I want y'all to know the reason why, you know, we have to charge in this particular event is because it is a fundraiser event.
That's right.
And a lot of the things that I discussed in this particular video, we want to prepare for that time. We want to have the items and the materials that we need as the time dwells. You understand? And with your contributions and you just purchasing your ticket, I really want to see y'all there. If you can make it. And even if you missed the deadline of getting a tent, we may have a few tents, and just communicate with us. We may have something sitting around where we can lease out to you or help you out, or just communicate, because we want as many as you all to show up as possible, and we'll work something out. Even if, you know, if I have to go there myself to the store and you didn't got there, you only can get general admissions, and I get you some tents or something. See, we're not 501c3. We're not tax exempt. We don't have any government funding or anything of that nature. So the reason why we have to charge and do this this way is because we don't have that type of support. So you, the people, it's your community, it's your land, it's your opportunities. So, make your way out there. Go ahead, Elder. You can continue.
Yeah, I mean, that's great, man. And listen, when Bree says stuff like that, like, hey, if you need this, you need that, I will go and personally do that. I have seen this man do this for many people. And, sometimes I'm like, hey, Bree, don't put yourself, too much out there like that, because I don't want him to end up being jacked up and hurt. But he goes out of his way to help people. I've seen funny stuff online, like, Bree, you all about your money. Like, he just all about money. Yeah. That's not true at all. Not about Bree, man. Like, he may talk like that sometime, but Breed has helped so many people, man. And just this event is proof enough, because there would be no way that we could have afforded to do what we're doing right now if he wasn't with the heart that he has, the heart of gold that he has, that just want to look out for the people. So for those of you who are looking for help, we should be helping each other. Okay. So that's the reason why on the website we did link a WhatsApp group. Okay. Mm-hmm. And this here, literally, if you click on this here, it'll open up to a WhatsApp group chat. Okay. Several of you are in there right now that are coming to the Jamboree Jubilee. This is the chat that you use to see how you can carpool with one another, right? Because some of you are going to be coming in from different locations. Some of you are flying in to the Myrtle Beach Airport, which is the closest airport, most reliable airport to get to the land. And so you're going to want to go to this chat and figure out who else is flying in and see if you can carpool with them. Get to know somebody. Just say hello, say shalom. What's up? Yo, I'm coming in at this time. What time you coming in? And, somebody might be able to carpool with you if they get in a rental car. Y'all can go half on a rental car, whatever it is that y'all want to do. Just make sure to take care and handle your business so you can make it out there. And so, I would also say, let me just see. I'm just trying to make sure that we covered all our bases. Listen, as far as the essentials go, for those of you that are driving in, you definitely going to want to take a look at our essentials list for camping. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to just zoom in on here, because this is really important, because you don't want to be out there thinking like, man, I wish I had brought this or that out there. You know what I mean? You're going to want to have those things on deck. And what we did was we created an Amazon store for the people. And so that you can get those access to those things easier as well. So everything that we are recommending, we actually have it on this list. And this, guess what? This is just another way to support what we're doing too, because we get a little bit of a commission off of this, right? And so, these are just things that you're going to want to pay attention to, so that you're going to have a good time at the Jamboree Jubilee. Ultimately, it's like a big cookout, family reunion. So you're going to be chilling and relaxing anyway. It's just going to be intense. You know what I mean? Some people will be going to the hotels, and I wanted to say that too. There are some people that are asking, can I go to a hotel and just come to the Jamboree Jubilee on those days? Absolutely. If you get yourself a general admission ticket, and then your additional tickets that you get are these tickets here, the general admission extra. Oh, excuse me. That's the day pass only ticket for visitors only. So if you get a general admission ticket and get a couple of these, then that's for you and your whole group. And of course, the babies are free. They 13 and under. They free, man. We got a family coming out. They 9 deep.
Yep.
Kids, children. They got 9 children. So bring all the babies y'all can bring. We're going to have plenty of, hot dogs, burgers, chili, whatever. You know what I mean? We're going to have all that kind of stuff out there. We also going to be having catering for the end of Saturday, so that we, get a nice little dinner. But for the most part, pull up. Let's have a good time. Let's barbecue. Listen to some good music. Converse with one another. We are going to try to stream some of it. So if you're not able to make it and you just want to tap in like that, we're going to do our best that we can. Of course, we don't have electricity out there and Wi-Fi. Those are things that we're working towards, and this event helps that. So thank you all for your continued support, with this here initiative New Breed has been promoting, because that's what he is. He's a promoter. Myself, I'm a promoter. We are not land developers, and we don't know all of the different things that need to be done. We are handymen. You know what I'm saying? Listen, whatever break in my house, I could fix in my house. I know how to do drywall. I know how to do flooring. I know how to do remodeling, but I don't know how to build houses and all that kind of stuff. I'm just here to promote this to the people, so that you all have the opportunity to take advantage of this great opportunity that we have in this lifetime. So again, thank you everybody for tapping in with us with this here Jamboree Jubilee.
Absolutely. All praises to the Most High. And we'll just take an additional 10 minutes or so. I'm going to share the link in the chat. If there's any questions, comments, concerns, or you just want to even speak, add any comments to the video we viewed, or whatever the case may be. We just want to touch bases with the people. It's been a while since I opened up my chats, and we'll give you a few minutes to join along, right? And if you have questions in regards to the event, feel free to ask that as well, and we can get that answer for you. And I'm going to be simultaneously watching the chat in case there is questions as well. All right. But I see there's already a brother named CJ in the queue. I'm going to let you in, brother. Question, comment, or concern? What's going on with your family?
Hey, what's up, Breed, and what's up, Zah? I think I spoke to Zah before in one of his streams. I just want to say it's an honor to be in this live stream with both of the like-minded brothers. You know what I'm saying? Just doing the Lord's work, 100%, especially in these last days that we're heading.
Thank you.
I just want to just say, like, you know what I'm saying? Just agree with the statements that he was putting out, so forth, about like building with like-minded people, because it's like in these last days, like most definitely, we definitely need to work together, especially like what Zah was pointing out, like us as gentle people, caring people. We don't like to be introverts. I mean, we're introverts in a way, but we got to learn how to be extroverts in a way. Like what I mean is there has to be a balance in between it. I know New Breed, you was stating that one of your live streams like months ago or even a year ago, saying that we have to learn how to balance things in, and like we have to have that spirit of courage, the spirit of Yah in us, because God didn't give us a power of fear. He gave us a power of sound mind, body, and soul. So at the end of the day, it's like we have to like try to like muster it in ourselves and try to put it in the work 100%.
Absolutely. And thank you for that, brother. And that means a lot. It's amazing because the Most High uses the most introverted people sometimes to do the most extroverted works. And, we got to get out of our bubble, come outside, enjoy each other's company. And I concur on all your sentiments. Thank you, brother. And I'm gonna keep the calls quick, just because there's a lot of people in the queue. But thank you, brother. Hopefully, will you be able to make it there? Will I meet you there?
Not this time, brother. I got a lot of business things to take care of, but certainly the next one for sure, I would definitely most slide, and I would definitely support. Like you said, in New Breed Out Love for the people that's willing to go, and I'm being many of support, just to lend a helping hand in that matter.
Thank you, brother. I'll catch you at the next event. Thank you.
100%. All right, y'all take care.
Peace, CJ.
Yeah, shalom. Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Noah Joshua, how's it going, brother?
Good. How about you? Shabbat shalom, brothers.
Shabbat
shalom.
I just want to come in here real quick, tell you guys it's a beautiful thing that you guys are doing, putting this together, and the project that you've got going on. Stay encouraged. All praise to the Most High that you guys have came this far. That's a blessing. So don't. Obviously, you guys are not going to tune into the naysayers and backbiters, but so just stay encouraged. It's a wonderful thing you guys are putting on here. So
thank you, man.
I pray all well. Peace and blessings over it.
Man, that means a lot, brother. We appreciate that, man. The encouraging words go a long way, because some of y'all watching know they throw a lot of fiery darts, man. But hearing that the people like yourself appreciate the work and can see the vision, it makes it all worth it. So thank you for that, brother.
You're welcome.
Yes. Sir.
All right. Shalom.
All right.
Hey, shalom, man.
All right,
man. That's a good point that he bringing out, man. I just talked about that earlier in the stream. Like, why do they hate the idea of us reaching our unlimited potential? That is exactly what he said. We got to stay encouraged.
Absolutely. That's real talk. So I'm gonna bring in, I think it says Rude Awakening. What's going on?
Yo,
How y'all
Rude.
doing? Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, you're a little muffled, but we can hear you good enough, I think.
Okay. It's good to see you brothers, man. It's hot out here. I'm out here. I just got off work, and I just wanted to input on you all's lives. I had my wife and my son and my mother-in-law, as well as I'm thinking about bringing maybe another sibling with me, but we're gonna come out to the land and see you all. And I just had one question, which was if I'm going to be a volunteer, which I'm more than likely going to be because at first I wanted to be a vendor, but if I'm going to be a volunteer as well as my wife and my mother-in-law, do we have to go ahead and purchase a ticket, or are we going to have our tents and everything given to us for being volunteers?
So far as the volunteer work so far, I think, Elder, if I'm not mistaken, we pretty much already got everybody in place now at this point.
Well, we do need people for cleanup and breaking down and things like that. So we don't really have too many people for that. But
yes, sir.
When it comes down to for this, the pay it forward tickets, New Breed has used the funding already for the essential volunteers that we needed. So anybody else that's coming out, they're just from their heart just volunteering and trying to help out. We are asking people to still get their tickets because every bit of funding helps towards the overall initiative. So we do appreciate you, brother. I know that you were in my live earlier, and you come in 2,000 miles away. Are you driving 2,000 miles? Or are you flying?
No, I'm gonna be driving. I don't fly as of now. I'm gonna be getting over that really soon, but I'm gonna be driving cross country, and it makes sense. I didn't throw out there that I waited a while because my wife and I, we were gonna be vendors. We were gonna be cooking, and we were gonna put that initiative in for you guys. But we just waited too long. But I'm still gonna get it in the WhatsApp group and let the brothers know that I would like to be security. And we'll purchase our tickets either way. But I like to help them that in,
Man, you definitely have a humble spirit, man, and we definitely are highly appreciative of your efforts, brother. And I'm definitely looking forward to meeting you in person. And I'm pretty sure there's some of the brothers that's attending who they're gonna be just the spirit in you're gonna want to help with certain things, and so we definitely appreciate that. And any brother who ends up coming, bringing family, and you just see where there's help needed while we're out there, and you show that support. That's what community is all about.
That's right.
That's what it's all about. So just that initiative and building those relationships are more valuable than anything. So I'm looking forward to meeting you there, brother, and I appreciate your interest and everything. So,
and I hope you guys have a good day, man. It's good talking to you all.
Absolutely.
You too, brother. You too. Shalom.
All right. Shalom.
All right. Peace. All right. So we got Mr. Brandon Lee. What's going on, sir?
Hello. How you guys doing? Thank you for first of all, I wanted to give Most High glory to the Most High, and I wanted to thank you for letting me on the stream, brothers.
Absolutely, man. It's good to meet you.
All right. First off, I wanted to say that I won't be able to make the what's it?
It's Jamboree Jubilee.
Yeah, I won't be able to make the Jamboree Jubilee, but I definitely will try my best to be on the stream. If not, I will be on the stream in the WhatsApp you guys mentioned. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I've been going through a lot throughout the years. I came into this truth in 2014, and I've been in the truth ever since. But however, I wanted to say that I was in the truth by the religion of the Hebrew Israelite camps. I have no affiliation with those camps. I'm more into New Breed, Yahweh Tazah, and Ringo TV reactions. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous right now. I have a little anxiety, depression, but I'm holding up well. I've been in this truth, and I will continue to be in this truth for as long as I can.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's good, brother. I'm really happy to hear that, you know, you just following the Most High in Christ. That's what's most important. In this whole movement here that it is, you know, there's no Hebrew Israelite movement. You know what I'm saying? That's no such thing here. You know what I'm saying? It's the Almighty Yah's movement. And we not on that Hebrew Diddy light over here. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah. I hear that, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, man. Thank you for the call, brother. And you know, stay blessed. You know, the head of every man is Christ, and we appreciate you watching. Also, man, anybody who can't attend this event, such as yourself, Brandon, try to make it to the next one. Because
thank you so much.
Try to make it to the next one, because we'll more than likely, it's not set in stone yet, but I think we're gonna be doing another one in October. All right.
Okay. Thank you for the support, brother New Breed.
Absolutely. Thank you, brother. All right.
Okay.
So have a blessed one.
You too.
Somebody said a Hebrew Christian light.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right. So we got brother Ishmael in the building. What's going on with your family?
Oh, hey. You know, really love the content. And yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. You gonna be pulling up at the event?
Can't make it this year, but probably next year.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe you'll make October. And thanks for the encouraging words. And if there's anything else you want to add before I go to the next caller, let me know, because we run out of time restraint soon. So.
No, thank you. I'm good.
All right. Thank you, brother. All right. So I think we're gonna take one more, and I think that might be King Connect in there. Yeah, that's King Connect. King Connect, you got to connect your devices. And if anybody else wants to join, make sure you hit the stream now before we come up on. You hit the link now before we come up on those restraints. I think King Connect may be having difficulties. Yeah, he just dropped out. So, is there any questions, comments, or concerns in the chat regarding the event? If so, ask now. Gary says, take my call. Gary, I don't see you in the queue. All right, so we're going to let in New Glip. What's going on with you, brother?
Yo, shalom. How you guys doing?
Oh, doing good.
Hey, man, all praise to the Most High. I just wanted to tap in with you guys. Blessings to both of you and everybody that you're working with. May the Most High bless all the works of your hands and your family. Everywhere you go, man, let the light lead, and you guys are doing it. The body of Christ is definitely moving on one accord and one spirit right now. Everybody that I know who is in this truth is moving the same way, and we may not all be in the vicinity of each other, but the spirit is moving that direction. I just wanted to tap in and say just a couple things. Number one, get used to going without having something. We grow lots of food where I'm at in my front yard. Us being able to take meat away and not depend on meat all the time, hey, baby girl, it has allowed us to get used to a plant-based thing. So when there's not butcher shops and there's not cows and there's not chickens and there's not X, Y, and Z, we still have beans, we still have potatoes, we still have all these types of things. The second thing is, if you're going to grow food, grow things that are dealing with your climate zone. We got hammered this year on our cucumbers and our squash because we're in Florida. They don't grow here like that unless you have them unless they're in a protected environment. So we had to redo our planning for our garden to do things that are suitable for our climate. If you guys are going to grow food, tap into your local resources about what works where you are. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting an uphill battle. The last thing that I'll say is go outside and look at what's around. We have apps on our phone that lets us take pictures of plants, and it tells us what it is. Can you eat it? Can you use it as medicine? Can you put it in a tea and help with migraines or whatever? Guys, there's so much information available while we still have access to it. Don't wait till it goes down to get in the mindset of preparedness.
Absolutely.
It's an everyday thing. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. You guys are doing an amazing job. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, brother. That's great advice. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yes, nice to meet you, brother.
Yes, sir. And that's real pivotal right there because you know, we kind of touched on that briefly earlier, but man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, what that brother just said is tangible stuff. And just take advantage of that because that's real gems he just dropped. But if we could do one more person, all right, and then we're going to go ahead and call it an evening. What is this brother? I think the brother just dropped out. Is that Princess Lakewood?
Shalom, brother. Shalom,
Shalom.
brother New Breed. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
All right. I know my handle on YouTube is I am just so jazzy for you, but my tablet says my name. So
Okay, cool.
I did want to come in and say I appreciate what y'all doing for the community. I wish I was able to be there at the Jamboree. This time I just moved.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting settled and everything. So you know how that goes. But I will for sure catch y'all on the next one. I've been enjoying the stream and everything. And I just hope y'all have a good time. Hope y'all show it live so I'm able to see as well. And I will send a pay it forward to help someone else be able to attend as well.
Well, thank you, sister. We highly appreciate that. And we
Yes,
look
I probably appreciate you too, brothers.
Absolutely.
Yes,
We're looking forward to meeting you at the next one.
Yes, indeed. Most definitely. You'll see me at the next one. That's no doubt.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
That's what's up.
All right. Peace.
Man, that's so encouraging, man. That's what's up. I'm glad that people, you know, take into this well.
Right, absolutely, man. And we're just looking forward to this whole event, man. We're gonna have such a great time. It's BYOB, you know, bring your own bottle. Nobody come out there getting too lit though. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that. It's a family environment.
It's a family event. Moderation is key. We want you to have a good time, but you know, this event will be secured, you know, and you know, everybody got to have a good clean time. All right. And I think that's about it for now. Oh, let me just bring King Connect in just for a few. I think his devices are connected. King.
He's connected.
Hello. Shalom, y'all can hear me?
There you go. What's up with you, bro?
Yeah, I didn't connect my devices like you said. I had to go back and but praise the Most High, you know, the working. Shalom, man.
Hey man, it's a blessing, bro. We already know, man, that you're gonna do your thing out there. This is one of our artists, man, and y'all need to go subscribe to King Connect, man. He got some fantastic music, young talented brother. And I don't really talented, bro. I have a very eclectic musical acumen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't just be putting everybody on with music. And King Connect, show us the witness. Y'all already know what he do. Y'all already know.
Listen, I'm a fan of King Connect as well. And listen, everybody that really knows me know I hate a lot of music, man. I hate a lot of music artists. Like hate is probably a strong word, but that's probably the accurate word at the same time. It makes me sick. But King Connect, man, it really does lift my spirits listening to this young brother, just knowing how young he is. And when you listen to his music, man, you hear the wisdom of the Almighty Eye coming through. So looking forward to seeing you out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, King, you got some feedback coming in your mic too, so I had to mute you. But if you want to just come back on and add your quick comment, question, or concern, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish up.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm this.
Hold on, you got music playing too. That can hit me with copyright. So I gotta mute you real quick. That music gotta go, fam. Okay, he muted himself, so I can't unmute him right now.
Yeah, so
yeah, man.
Trying to get to a private space, man.
Okay.
Yep.
But
so,
no,
hey, Bree.
Yeah.
Bree, while King Connect is getting to a private space real quick, I just wanted to just share too that I also covered the Jamboree Jubilee and some of the potential things that can be done on Unlimited Potential Farms. And I just wanted to show that, you know what I mean, shameless plug to the Congregation of the Mighty channel. If y'all can, go and just subscribe, or you don't even have to subscribe, but at least just watch the videos.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular video is a pretty powerful one because I was at a sheep farm, and I'm talking about not only can they be used for meat, but the wool can also be used for yarn to make clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the experience that I had over there. They had chickens over there at this farm. These are all the things that we want to see at Unlimited Potential Farms. And I just wanted to share that just real quick, just so people could know that. Just take a look at that and just think about all the things that we can do at Unlimited Potential Farms.
Absolutely. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe, Congregation of the Mighty. All right. I think King Connect is back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
It's all good? Okay. But yeah, I'm excited to show up, man. And it'll be my first time driving out of state by myself as an adult. I'm gonna bring my little brother in. It's like a 6-hour drive.
Okay.
I was, thinking about any tips for that long drive.
Oh man, just get your rest that day before.
Yes, sir.
Personally, when I take these long road trips, I like to eat light too. You know how our folks we get the itis. So, that's how I like to do, man. Just eat light. You know what I'm saying? Get your rest the day before, and hey, make that move.
Hey, praise the Most High, man. I'm excited for it, and I hope that you brothers will get on the stage with me, man. And if you're not busy, we can perform some of the tunes, man.
We definitely got songs together. We all got songs. So we'll see how that go. I was telling you what Desire earlier. I mean, I don't know if I'm going there to perform music, man, but I definitely gonna get on the mic and do some talking. So a lot of talking. It's just because there's some messages that I got that I would really like to share with the people face to face. And if time is a lot, with the Holy Spirit moving, man, hey, it is what it is. I can't not get on stage and do music. So it is.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank Carla Patterson for the support. She says, I can donate to the party, but I can't come. Oh man, thank you. We appreciate that. But Carla, I wish you had did that on newbreed.love because YouTube takes a percentage out, things of that nature. But we definitely highly appreciate it. We do have to pay it forward on newbreed.love. But and it's exactly that same amount. So, but anyway, thank you so much, Carla. It's appreciated. And King, man, I'm looking forward to meeting you, brother, in person.
Likewise, brother. And I appreciate you and brother, you with us. And it's been a long time coming. You truly have, inspired me, and I can tell that you're a vessel of the Most High Spirit. You've helped pour a lot of wisdom in me and helped me become, the young man I am now. Just being a vessel of the Spirit. And I truly appreciate you, man. And I'm looking forward to meeting you. I just want to say one more thing. At first, when the whole thing got announced, I was thinking about, like, should I go? And immediately, a thought of doubt tried to creep in. Was like, no, it's too far. You can't afford, And I didn't like that. I felt like that was a negative spirit that tried to, punk me out of actually taking the initiative to travel, to go. And I cut that out, and I was like, let me actually, put in the effort to do this. And I truly think the Most High is trying to get me to go there and, to fulfill some purpose,
Absolutely, brother. And I'm glad you casted that doubt to the side. And I'm pretty sure a lot of others went through or are going through currently those same emotions. And, what I want to say about that is, listen, the Holy Spirit is using those who are willing to go out their comfort zone. And that's just what it is in this day and age. Like the title of this video say, it's time that we do something. And being complacent and stagnant is exactly what the adversary wants. And so for those out there who are dealing with anxieties or different matters, or you just having doubt in your mind, like even to King Connect speaking on this, let that be a testament that you can overcome. And you may be passing up on good people, great opportunities, a good time, and you may actually just enjoy yourself. So, overcome that fear. Most High don't give us that fear. So thank you, King Connect, man. I appreciate it, brother. And I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to
Yes,
seeing
sir.
you, young brother. Shalom.
Appreciate you, brothers, man. It's all love. Shalom.
All right.
Be the best.
Peace. Well, with that being said, man, there's a powerful stream, very, very eye-opening. A lot of revelation came forward, a lot of truth, a lot of building, a lot of camaraderie, and it's just a blessing. I want to thank Brother Elder Yawitazah coming on the channel, man. This is my brother right here, man. You already know what it is. We do these lives all the time, but he always bring in a whole nother perspective, and it's always iron sharpening iron, and it's always a blessing to have you on, brother. You know you welcome anytime. And salute the brainwaves too. I see him in the chat. Salute to you.
With the brainwaves, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was definitely a blessed stream. Breed, appreciate you utilizing your platform to really bring the people together and not just utilizing the platform to just line your own pockets. Ain't nothing wrong with people taking care of their business, but just to be able to see that there's people out there that really care about others and are utilizing their platform to bring attention to things that can really make a difference in a lot of people's lives is really encouraging. And, just let you see that there are some real genuine people out there on many different levels, rather they got 100 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers. There's people out there like yourself that really care to make a difference. So thank you for doing what you do, brother. And then everybody that's also in the chat, brother Brainwaves also using his platform to do the same thing. There's a lot of other content creators learning as she grows. So many different people. I even see Pastor Rufus was in the chat a little bit earlier.
Yeah, salute to Pastor Rufus as well. And Pastor Rufus, man, he's been nothing short of supportive of our efforts, man. And I just want to really thank that brother because he's helped a lot behind the scenes, and he doesn't seek any validation or anything, nothing public. But I want to publicly thank Pastor Rufus for his efforts and help behind the scenes. And I just wanted to say that. But man, thank you, brother, for coming on. And we just giving all praises to the Most High. I'm looking forward to meeting some of you all in a couple weeks. And y'all have a blessed evening. More material coming. Y'all turn that post notification bell on. Get these videos as they being uploaded. Share this material everywhere. Like the video. Just, that stuff. That's that simple stuff that helps drive traffic. And also, make sure y'all comment in the comment section. Just let us know if you have any ideas of survival tactics or how, you can benefit the land or anything. Just anything. Just feel free to speak your mind in the comment section. That also helps drive traffic. But thank y'all, man. I want everybody to have a blessed one. With that being said, shalom and peace.
Peace.
Yes, sir.